Jambo, karibu Kiva Zip. My name is Pascalia. I am the Relationship Manager for Kiva Zip Kenya. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for partnering with Kiva Zip Kenya as a trustee. Trustees are an important part of Kiva Zip community and are critical to the success of the Zip model. We truly appreciate your time and support. Together we can expand access of capital in Kenya and strengthen our communities. To start with, please watch this tutorial about the basics of Kiva Zip. There is a quiz at the end of the video. You must complete the tutorial and the quiz to be approved as a trustee. Once again, thanks so much and karibu Kiva Zip.
Welcome to Kiva Zip Trustee Training. Kiva Zip is a website that connects lenders to borrowers around the world. We aim to expand access to capital for financially excluded and socially impactful entrepreneurs. To achieve that, Kiva Zip facilitates 0% interest small business loans. Borrowers post their photo, personal stories, and business descriptions online, and lenders around the world fund the loans. Kiva Zip is an online platform, not a bank or microfinance institution. We facilitate loans that need to be repaid, not grants or donations. The loans are 0% interest, with no fees or collateral. The Kiva Zip model is based on trust. We are a community of borrowers, trustees, and lenders. Borrowers are underbanked and unbanked entrepreneurs across Kenya. Trustees are organizations and individuals in the community who have long-standing relationships with these entrepreneurs. And lenders are people from around the world who want to support the entrepreneurs. Lenders select borrowers to lend to, borrowers repay lenders over time, and trustees are critical to the Kiva Zip model because they ensure lenders are lending to credible people. So exactly how does Kiva Zip work? Lenders from across the world lend to Kiva Zip borrowers through the internet. Kiva Zip disperses loans to borrowers through M-Pesa. Borrowers then use the loans to improve and expand their businesses. Trustees endorse and support the borrowers throughout the process. And 1 week after receiving the funds, borrowers need to begin repaying the loan. Borrowers repay the loan in increments using M-Pesa. Kiva Zip disperses the fund back to lenders, and lenders can then use the fund to relend to borrowers in the future. To qualify for a Kiva Zip loan, the borrower must be 18 years or older, have a personal registered M-Pesa account, complete a free loan application, receive an endorsement from an approved trustee, be willing to post a public profile on the internet with their picture, personal story, and business description. Borrowers must not currently have large outstanding debts, and must not have defaulted on loans with banks or microfinance institutions in the past. Here are a few examples of borrower profiles. This is what the lenders see when they decide which loans to fund. A good borrower profile should have a clear photo of the borrower at their place of business and detailed personal and business stories. So what are the terms of a Kiva Zip loan? Kiva Zip loans have 0% interest and no associated fees. They must be used for business reasons. Typically, a borrower's first loan ranges from 5,000 to 10,000 shillings. Borrowers need to repay the loan on a weekly basis over 8 to 12 weeks. There's currently no grace period for the first loan. If the borrower repays the loan on time and in full, then he or she may qualify for a repeat loan of a larger amount and more flexible repayment terms. This is a typical first-time Kiva Zip loan. Now that you have a good understanding of Kiva Zip, let's discuss your role as a trustee. Trustees are located across Kenya. They can be organizations or individuals. Trustees have strong ties within their communities and long-standing relationships with the entrepreneurs. Trustees are important to Kiva Zip as they recommend credit-worthy borrowers to Kiva Zip and to the lenders. Trustees endorse borrowers for loans. They do not fund the loans. They guarantee the borrower's character, but not the loan itself. They support the borrower throughout the lending process and do not charge any interest or fees. Trustees have no financial risk. but rather reputational risk within the online community. The responsibilities of a trustee include borrower selection. Selecting the right borrower for KivaZip will not only strengthen the KivaZip model, but also minimize your workload as a trustee. You should select borrowers you know well and trust, whose business you believe in, and who you think have the capacity to repay the loan. After selecting a borrower, you need to train them. It is the trustee's responsibility to make sure the borrower understands how KivaZip works. Borrower training can be done in person or online using the self-serve borrower training found in the Trustee Resource Center. After training, you should complete endorsements for borrowers who demonstrate knowledge of the program and continue to endorse deserving borrowers for repeat loans. Trustees are also the first point of contact for borrowers throughout the lending process. They help borrowers complete loan applications and upload photos if needed. Lastly, trustees are important in the repayment process. They help ensure borrowers repay on time and help them manage delinquencies to overcome any challenges in the repayment process. Overall, trustees play a pivotal role for KivaZip, and we truly appreciate your time and work. So what are the benefits of being a KivaZip trustee? Kiva is recognized as one of the top nonprofits in the world. We have over 1 million lenders and 300,000 Twitter followers and blog subscribers. As a Kiva partner, you gain the credibility associated with the internationally recognized Kiva brand. In addition, KivaZip has over 100 trustees across Kenya. We regularly host networking events so that you can meet and share ideas with other organizations and leaders within your community. Kiva also has connections to institutional donors and nonprofits around the world. Having a profile on KivaZip will broaden your network and help you market your organization on the international stage. Lastly, Kiva's lender capital enables you to enhance your value proposition to your clients at little or no risk. And as a Kiva partner, you have access to trained support staff within the organization. The KivaZip lending process has 6 major steps. First, the trustee identifies, trains, and endorses creditworthy borrowers. Then the borrower completes a loan application by creating a profile with a photo, personal story, and business description. When that's completed, the trustee reviews the information on the loan application and approves it as appropriate. The first 3 steps takes anywhere between 1 to 4 weeks to complete. Then the loan application moves to KivaZip review. When the KivaZip reviews the application and approves it, it is posted online for fundraising. Lenders around the world then fund the loan, and when the loan is fully funded, it is disbursed to borrowers on the next set disbursement date. The review and funding process takes anywhere between 1 to 3 weeks. Lastly, the borrower repays the KivaZip loan and provides updates to lenders. Once the loan is repaid, the borrower may be eligible for a repeat loan. So how many loans can a trustee endorse? Each KivaZip trustee qualifies for a trustee tier, which determines the number of loans the trustee can endorse and the credit level of those loans. To qualify for a specific tier, the trustee needs to meet 2 requirements. First is the number of completed loans, which are loans that have been fully repaid by their borrowers. Second is a cumulative repayment rate, which is the percentage of loans repaid by their borrowers to date. When a trustee meets both requirements, he or she qualifies for the appropriate tier. And the tier of the trustee determines 2 things. First is the number of loans outstanding, which are loans that have been endorsed by the trustees and not yet fully repaid by their borrowers. Second is the credit level of new borrowers, which is essentially loan terms allowed for new borrowers endorsed by the trustees. All trustees start at the pilot tier, and they move up the tiers as they meet the requirements, so that they can endorse increasing number of loans at higher credit levels. So what exactly is a credit level? Credit levels are associated with KivaZip borrowers. It determines the maximum amount term, and repayment frequencies allowed for the loan. To qualify for a specific credit level, the borrower needs to meet minimum requirements for on-time repayment and for term of the previous loan. Credit levels for new borrowers depends on the trustee tier his or her trustee is qualified for. New borrowers of pilot trustees all start at credit level 1. As the trustee moves up the trustee tiers, the borrowers can start at higher credit levels. And as the borrower repays the loan, he or she moves up the credit level themselves, allowing them the access to larger loan amounts and more flexible loan terms. Now you're just about ready to start endorsing borrowers. But first, let's talk about selecting the right borrowers for Kiva Zip. Borrower selection is one of the most significant roles that trustees play in their relationship with Kiva Zip. Lenders across the world place their trust in you to identify creditworthy borrowers with strong characters. Here are some best practices Kiva Zip has gathered over the years. First, consider your relationship with the borrower. You should know them for at least 6 months, be in the same village, town, or city, and interact with them at least once every 2 weeks. You should know that they have strong character, good work ethics, and are honest and trustworthy. You may know them in various capacities such as mentor, teacher, congregant, close friends, or community leadership. And the more number of common acquaintances you have with them, the higher the social pressure they have to repay on time. Second, consider the borrower's capacity to pay. They should have well-established businesses that have operated for at least 6 months. It is also acceptable to endorse borrowers with new businesses, but that typically involves higher level of involvement for the trustee. The borrower should also have sufficient monthly profits, which generally means 5,000 shillings or more. You should also assess whether the purpose of the loan and the amount requested for the borrowers are reasonable. If you adhere to the best practices, then you will likely select borrowers who will benefit the most from Kiva Zip loans, who will strengthen the Kiva Zip community and minimize your workload as a trustee. After selecting borrowers, you need to train them on Kiva Zip. Borrower training may be done in person or online using the self-serve borrower training. Instructions and material for borrower training can be found in the Trustee Resource Center. After training them, you need to complete an online endorsement for each of the borrowers. To begin the endorsement form, you need to log into your Kiva Zip account and click on the Endorse New Borrower button. And to begin endorsing a new borrower, you need to provide the name and phone number of the borrower. They will then be sent instructions on how to complete their loan application while you complete the endorsement form. This training only provides the basics of Kiva Zip. For more detailed information and material to support your role as a trustee, please access the Kiva Zip Kenya Trustee Resource Center. Please read through the Kiva Zip policies and Kiva Zip processes sections of the Resource Center when you're ready to endorse a borrower. Here is the link to the Trustee Resource Center. Please save the link for easy access in the future. Here are some of the key contacts for Kiva Zip Kenya. If you have any inquiries, please feel free to reach out to us via email at contactzip@kiva.org or via mobile on our customer service line. Please also save this page for future reference. You have now come to the end of the trustee training. To complete the training, you will now be given a short quiz to help us evaluate the training material and to ensure you understand the basics of Kiva Zip. Please note you must complete the quiz in order to be approved as a trustee. Please use the following link to access the quiz. You may need to copy and paste the link or manually type in the link onto your web browser in order to access the quiz. Thank you for becoming a Kiva Zip trustee. We truly look forward to working with you.